No, in my own case, I have long been skeptical of the idea that there's anything wrong with our democratic system that can't be fixed with everyone involved pulling up their pants and just behaving a little bit better. My own sort of conversion came last year during that whole coalition confidence crisis business. I was actually in Afghanistan for much of it, and I think that might have colored my perception, because over in Afghanistan people tend to focus on the stuff that matters. Certainly the Canadians who are trying to do the best over there. And I was getting BlackBerry updates from Bologna Theatre on Wellington Street in Ottawa. And what was going on? You had a Prime Minister, 5 weeks after an election, you had a Prime Minister introduce and try to pass a major reform to our political system, for the public financing of political parties, that he had not mentioned once on the campaign trail. Then you had an opposition leader, Stéphane Dion, who had told me he was not interested in forming a coalition with the NDP because the NDP was too far right, or too far left to govern practically. He changed his mind pretty quickly. And then the final thing that I found almost the most disturbing was the reaction in the public, which was split and divided, and I think the reaction of Canadians was in good faith. But what struck me was the reaction to the support of the Bloc Québécois for what was being proposed, which infuriated a huge block of the population. Well, wait a minute. Bloc Québécois has been in Parliament now for almost 20 years. And I thought the question of its legitimacy had been settled. It made people grumpy, but it was essentially accepted. Well, no. Apparently, it infuriates a lot of people that there are separatists still in Parliament. And that got me to thinking, well, our electoral system routinely returns about 2/3 of Quebec MPs from the Bloc Québécois, even though only 30 to 40% of Quebecers vote for the Bloc Québécois. So we routinely give the Bloc a massive bonus in power that even Quebec voters don't intend to give it. And so for the first time, I started to take seriously this business of electoral reform. Because if we are going to be astonished every time we run into a Bloc Québécois MP in the halls of Parliament, we had better not give the Bloc a bonus it hasn't deserved in votes. And that's what got me thinking more seriously about these sort of systemic issues.